Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we've got some news for the Halloween legend that will be arriving for Halloween 2022. That is CORAZON and Young Law. So shout out to my boy Sim. He actually called it. He was like, I'd love to see like a father figure with a young version of the main characters, whether that's like Garp and Luffy, Sabo Dragon, Ace and Whitebeard. And then we were talking in stream, and he's like, well, there's like so many other options. And one of them he did mention was actually CORAZON and Law. So shout out to Sim for the call. In today's video, we're going to break down what he does. And there's actually a new 6+ coming as well that is Halloween Ace. And this one, I am pumped for. Don't get me wrong, I still want 6+ V2 Shanks more than anything. But Halloween Ace should be an absolute doozy. This character could be like one of the greatest 6+s or greatest upgrades we've seen, because I don't really have to do that much. All he needs is some better numbers and we're good to go. But if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and let's take a look at the new legends.
No, これをやるよ。
子供扱いするなよ。うわ。
So there it is, the One Piece Sugo Fest, starting on October 21st, going to October 30th for Halloween. Huge shout out to the Twitter for the information provided. They posted this on their Twitter, which is actually really, really cool. So this Sugo Fest will be live in about 3 days' time, and it does feature the new Law and CORAZON. We don't know who the rare recruits are going to be, but we are expecting them to bring out probably 3 to 4 rare recruits alongside this particular character as well. So let's take a look at what Law and CORAZON actually do. This is them here. As I mentioned, huge shout out to the One Piece Treasure Crew's Twitter for the information. If you guys want to head over to their Twitter, hit them with a follow. Link will be in the description. CORAZON and Law, Moonlight Day Off, Creepy Night, Halloween. Now, the first thing that screams at me with this particular unit, unfortunately, is that it's a CORAZON and a Law unit. Now, CORAZON has a lot of very good Law supports, and Law has a lot of very good CORAZON supports, which means this particular character can't use either of them. Now, this was bound to happen eventually, because like the pairing of these two units was bound to happen, let's be real. So, it is what it is, and we can't really complain too much. But Law and CORAZON's captain ability, Smiled-Filled Party, reduces special cooldown by 1 turn at the start of the quest, boosts int and cerebral characters by 5.25 attack when they have empty slots, 5 times otherwise, boosts their HP by 1.3, and reduces despair by 10 turns. So this right here is very interesting. The 5.25 when slots are empty. Very reminiscent of Nami and Robin. So bit of a resurgence for them and pretty interesting mechanics, which I do like, because it means that this character is not like a character that you need to dive in for. You could save your gems for stuff like Half Annie and New Year's at the end of the year. So an intricate character, an interesting character, and let's see what his special does. His special, Moonlight Sparkles, boosts cerebral characters' attack by 2.75, so just cerebral characters get the attack buff, which is a little bit annoying, but look, it's not the end of the world. He changes crew slots to empty slots. Crew lands on empty slots for 3 turns, including enemy slot changes, and then changes the attack multiplier of empty slots to 2.25, which is normally 1.0, for 3 turns. Now, this is super interesting because you can get a higher multiplier with empty slots than you would with having a matching orb. However, empty slots aren't going to count as matching orbs, which is a bit of a downside. I kind of wish that they made that in some way to make them matching, because then you could try, or I'm not sure if this would work, but in the comment section below, let me know. You could actually use an orb boosting mechanic, and that would be very, very interesting. But nevertheless, the captain ability is pretty interesting. Int and cerebral characters, you get the buff, but with the special, you only get cerebral boost, which is a bit of a bummer. So you do want to try and run mainly cerebral characters, but we'll have a chat about some of that, because like there's been a lot of very good cerebral units that have released lately, and this guy is going to have a plethora of very good subs, and is going to be a very good addition for the cerebral team, especially if content comes down with this like empty slot mechanic for like long pieces of content. But these types of characters, like I said, like Sengoku, this CORAZON and Law, the characters that kind of fill in the gaps between the big celebrations. They don't really see too much play besides their month of content, so just be mindful of that. This guy will probably be very good for like the next treasure map, for the next Kazuna, all that kind of stuff. So interesting character, looks like fun, which I like, but not a character that anyone should really be like summoning for. We do have the full information though, thank you to the Twitter as well, which is always nice to see. The Law and Corazon units, let me see if I can just blow this up. Okay, well, that's the best we're going to do. So, their special is on an 11-turn cooldown, by the way. This is with Limit Break Expansion, which is kind of interesting. They have Slotbind, Pinch Healing, and Enrage. They are Cerebral Free Spirit, so they will slide onto a lot of very good teams. Free Spirit, not so much, because their boost is just Cerebral, and it is so specialized around Empty Orbs, which is mainly for their captain. But nevertheless, like, it is what it is. Their crewmate ability boosts crew stats by 75 and then has removed the sound effects debuff by 10 turns. That's super interesting. The support goes on any int cerebral character, and once per quest, if enemy changes crew slots to empty at the start of the next turn. Why empty? Once per quest, if changes. Okay, so wait. The level 4 gets them to their own type if the enemy changes your crew slots, and then level 5 gives you empty orbs. I just don't see why you would want to use that unless you were using something like Nami and Robin, or if you were using something like this guy as a character. So I feel like getting to level 4 would be like a good place to stop there, but look, it is what it is. Something to note too is this unit is a super class unit, a super cerebral, the 4th super cerebral we have, and funny enough, 2 of them are lore characters, so that's kind of fun. When character slot is empty, or when 5 or more cerebral characters are on the crew, I do like that they added the 5 or more cerebrals. Heals crew by 25% of the maximum HP, up to 2 times the HP, ignoring max HP threshold. Reduces paralysis and attack down for 3 turns, and makes cerebral characters super cerebral. So, a nice little utility buff, but like I said, this character is nothing like crazy top tier. There's no super tandem ability, so like, that obviously hinders them. There's no final tap. All of those really cool shenanigans that makes a character very strong, and they are a regular legend. So, something to note there. I wouldn't go crazy on their banner, but if you really like lore, you really like Corazon, like, go nuts. Their Rumble abilities at level 10, cerebral characters get level 7 attack up, level 7 speed up, and level 5 defense up. That's kind of fun. That's their special, right? And then if HP is above 50%, targets 4 enemies for a 75% chance to halve stats. So, very good in Rumble. Very, very good in Rumble. Level 5 cerebral cast, teammate speed up level 6, recovery up level 6, and if HP is below 50%, team attack up level 6, crit up level 6. So, you get the halved stats if you're above 50%, and then if you're below, you get the attack and the crit up. I would have loved to have seen the attack and the crit up just in the passive, remove the recovery. Their special's a lot better than their passive, but we'll have to wait and see if they actually slide onto the cerebral teams. The cerebral team's quite like janky at the moment, because they have a lot of very good legends, but not a lot of very good like actual utility units, like Pirate Festival rare recruits. So if they start introducing cerebral Pirate Festival rare recruits, that could be very interesting to see. Alright, so huge shout out to the database. I just wanted to quickly break down the cerebral tag for 6 pluses and 6 stars. Like, this guy is going to be an absolute demon, because like, look how many good characters you guys have on here for cerebrals. These are the older characters, and then we start getting into the crux of things with the 6 pluses and stuff. Like, Sabo Koala's still good, Nami 6 plus will probably get level limit break soon, V1 Rayleigh, oh, actually, no, only 6-star V1 Rayleigh is the cerebral. You have V1 Chopper, you have Straw Hat Crew, you have Mihawk Perona, you have the original Halloween Slashers, which would kind of work nicely as hybrids, but like, Mihawk's an attack booster, Law's an orb booster, you don't have orbs. Shanks will probably work the best under this particular Corazon and Law. If you are running an int cerebral based team, you can hybrid up with this Law, could work very, very nicely. Sanji and Pudding, Verse Shanks, Marco, Reiju, Pudding, Crocodile, Nami, Robin, Robin, Jinbei. Carrot and Wanda will be exceptional. The hybrid shenanigans you can do with this Law. Hiyori will be insane. Uta, Chopper, Shanks, Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo. Like, you have a lot of very, very good characters on this list. But the big one that we want to talk about is this one right here. The resurgence of Nami and Robin and the 6 times captain with empty orbs. This could be a very interesting combination, and could see a lot of play, because they're both... well, I think Robin is cerebral and int, so you could make that work when you are in the Robin variation. I'm pretty sure that Nami's a free spirit striker, but when you go into their dual class, you're cerebral, so you could abuse that too. So cerebral just getting another very, very good buff. Like I said, I don't think they're better than Uta. This Uta, the other Cerebral superclass. Tony Chopper, another like super type Cerebral in character that came out. Very, very good. Hiyori is a Cerebral captain. Ben Beckman Lucky Roo, a Cerebral captain. The new Hina is a Cerebral captain. So like you have a lot of very, very good options with Cerebral now. And they're like climbing their way back to the top of the top. So very, very good addition for the team. The final thing I want to talk about, shout out to Anlord King Rai and the King Todd Toadski over on Twitter, is this right here. The 6+ of Halloween Ace. This guy could be an absolute monster. Special bind removal with his special reverse in his captain ability. Like, they don't have to do a lot to this guy to make him absolute god tier. So if we have a quick look at what Ace can actually do, like, this particular Ace right here is the one that's getting his 6+, and they don't have to do a lot to this guy. Like, they don't have to do a lot at all. He boosts the attack of fighter and shooter characters by 4 times. With his limit break expansion, by the way, he goes up to 4.5. 1.5 times HP makes Psi and Int orbs beneficial for fighters and shooters. Reduces special bind and restores special cooldown by 10 turns when you are rewinded. So his special level limit break is only a 0.5 increase, but you can bet your ass they're going to give him a level limit break with his super evolution as well. His special reduces bind by 10 turns and boosts the attack and fighters of shooters by 2.5 for 1 turn. Like, if they made this 2.75 times, they kept the bind and maybe added something like paralysis or despair removal on top of that, maybe gave him some chain boundary or something like that instead of like giving him more utility, and just gave him something else with this special, but then upgraded this captain ability, like, I wouldn't give a rat's ass that he doesn't have a super type or a super class, because getting around special rewind and special silence is very, very good. So this is the thing I'm most excited for. Let me know what you're excited for in the comment section below, and while you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button. If you're new to the channel or you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. But most importantly, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!